Hey there, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising. Welcome to your reading for this week. We are going to kind of get some advice from Spirit. We just had those two eclipses, and then last week we had that new moon in Taurus that has such longevity to it, and so I wanted to take a look at what our first next best step should be. So for you, Capricorn, you have here celebrate your wins, and it's got this little rooster crowing on it. And so it's almost as though, sometimes when we're on a mission and we're trying to do things and we're heading in a direction, we are so involved in trying to make sure that we're getting where we're going that we forget to kind of stop and smell the roses along the way. And these are both for here. Oh, this is super interesting. Okay, we forget to stop and smell the roses along the way and to celebrate our victories and our successes as we go. And oh my God, they really want you to do that. All right, let's see what we got going on here. That one for sure. Is it this one too? Wow. Okay, lots going on. Let's go. So overall energy, you have the Ace of Wands. And it comes with also the Four of Shells. Oh, soul searching and reevaluation, creative force and confidence. Okay, so it is a stork. It's long awaited change. He's got his feet in the emotional water. This is fire and water. There is a balance that comes from that, right? It is about keeping things keeping things in temperance, is the alchemy of fire and water, and here it is and how you transform the situation. So it is both things, and so it is this. You have this initiating force here of the Ace of Wands, this Ace of Acorns, creative force and confidence. And then as you are moving through this, you want to keep yourself in balance, this yin and this yang energy of the zebra. Also, the stripes there, it's about knowing when to fit in and knowing when to adjust and to move into a new direction. It's balance and harmony. And so this is this energy right here of the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups happens during Cancer season. It is across the zodiac from you, and so it is a balancing energy. It is something that soothes, and so it is not the card of apathy. What does it say? Soul searching and reevaluation. That is not apathy. That is seeking what truly matters to you and then taking the action step forward toward it with confidence and creative problem solving. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to tout your successes. And so almost it feels more like promoting yourself in a way that increases your business. So advertising or somehow letting people know what you're doing. But more than that, it might be just reaching around and patting yourself on the back, because sometimes we are our harshest critic, right? That can really happen. Okay, so I love your cards. Your cards are super fascinating. Here we go. At the key to the situation, we have this little crocodile of the 10 of crystals, which would be the 10 of pentacles. It's stability and attainment. So the thing about crocodiles, right, they live in the water, but they can move on the land. So they're both, right? They integrate other energies. But what they will do is when they see an opportunity for a meal, they snag it. If they are not hungry, then what they'll do is drag their prey underwater all the way to their little den that they have of sticks and mud and kind of like the refrigerator, and they put the snack in it for later. And so there is an opportunity here for you to be able to take opportunities, to see them, to grab them, to snag them. And some things you're going to act on now, and some things you're going to wait for a better opportunity. Now we get to that kind of waiting energy, the reevaluation energy, the soul searching energy of the Four of Cups. So there's the initiation. I see the opportunity. I'm going to snag it. I'm going to take it. And then I am going to put things aside. Some things may be backburnered. right? Some things may be backburnered. We have 6.5 years that the cycle is moving on. So there's important to as you make the next steps to really stay in focus with what you want. So here, action and drive has been where you've been trying. You may have been feeling a little slow and sluggish. Mercury in retrograde was not helpful. It was in an earth sign that energy flows and trine with yours. And so when it's got to stop, then it creates a little bit of a stop and a bounce in yours. You're like, oh, okay, wait, we got to slow it down, right? And this year, first we had the Mercury in retrograde in your sign. Now it's in Taurus. It's going to be in Virgo. And it completes the year with another one where it starts out in Capricorn and backs up into Sagittarius. And so we have, well, actually, yeah, I believe that's correct. So 4 times this year, the earth signs are getting this time to slow down, dive into the details, and really evaluate what our next steps are. And so this Knight of Acorns, where you're seeking what is the next best step to take. There is an idea coming to you. Go ahead and start moving toward it with confidence. But there is this need to remain in balance and in harmony, and to really, does it resonate with your soul? So I feel like you're going to have multiple opportunities, multiple things that come up. Yes, you want to act on the opportunities that you see, but if they don't resonate with your soul at this moment, maybe they need to be backburnered, and maybe eventually they just need to be let go. But it's like having it's like putting your fish in your line in the water to catch the fish. It feels like a trout line, like where you could get multiple opportunities. So here in the area of your heart space, where has it's been draining your energy? What's been draining your energy? And here we have a head-heart kind of thing going on. Well, it's in the heart space, and so I want to encourage you to connect in with your higher self, to seek the guidance, right? We have the action here, and we have the need to connect with our higher self. And here we have the 5 of feathers, which would be like the 5 of swords, but it's an armadillo. And he's very, armored up, but it says strategy and resilience. And so there is a need to, when we encounter a setback, a delay, a pause in the action, do a little soul searching, and then create a strategy on how to bounce back. And how do you do it? You work with the 6 of acorns energy, the 6 of wands, that is the elk. The elk is very majestic. This is spirit having your back. There is a lot of antlers, which means a lot of, again, if you are not having a regular spiritual practice, if you're not communicating regularly with spirit, it is something I really encourage you to do, because this could lead to success and triumph. So when I work with these cards, if there's something that really resonates, you really like a deck, it really speaks to you, getting a deck, a couple of oracle decks, maybe some of these. This is the tarot deck, but it comes with these words on it. And then the books are really good. Also, Chris Ann's book, Tarot, is really good. And so some of these are really good for, you pull the cards, read what it says in the book. I'm not talking Rider Waite. I'm asking you to consider trying something a little bit more modern, because it's more in line with what is actually happening now and the steps, and it's a little more specific. So find a few things, oracle decks, and pull a couple cards and journal on them, and do it at least once a week to, have a little meeting, set up a meeting time with spirit, and sit down and journal and start there. And that is a really good spiritual practice to help you to stay in connection with your higher self, to bring your inner and outer, your consciousness with your subconsciousness into balance. And that is the alchemy of fire and water, right? The emotional energy and what action to take. Because making a decision and choosing is what we do, right? We come here, we have our game plan, sort of broad strokes, this is what my soul wants to learn and grow. But when we incarnate, we don't really remember that. And life is just a series of choices. We're never really off our path. We don't really make mistakes. What we may learn and grow, we might get stuck in a cycle of trying to learn a lesson, and then it becomes important to try something different so that you can get it, so you can move on and do more growth and more learning. And so there's kind of a reset happening right now, this big karmic release. Lots of things are being let go of. and we're getting a reset. And so here, the challenge though is to trust. Is to trust your choice. We have it's the six, the six of the major arcana. It's the wheel. I mean, it says love. Oh, it's kind of late. I've been doing a few of these. Okay, so choice and trust. Who's the right partner? What's the right decision with regards to a partnership? Or this could be you and your higher self. Do you trust your higher self? And am I making the right choice? And one way to do that is, again, going back to having a regular business meeting with your higher self. That's really it's kind of how I look at it. I'm a Capricorn rising, and so it's for me, it's like when I need the information, that's one of the reasons I have so many docs, is because I was trying to create a language tools that I could use with spirit so I could clearly understand what they have to say. So I really do recommend a couple of oracles and a modern tarot of some sort to really help you along the way. So here's the action to take. We've got this little coyote slinking off here, the Knight of Feathers. Action and focus. Okay, so here we were trying to figure out what you desire and take action toward it. And here, the energy to really focus in, to harness in, and focus on that next one thing that you want to work on, that you're working toward the stability, this overall stability and attainment of the Ten of Pentacles, where you really can have it all, right? You can really have it all. In the area of resources, you have the Ten of Shells, you have the Ten of Cups, you have this emotional fulfillment. It says blessing and well-being. So it is important that you stay in the energy of working toward what brings you a sense of emotional satisfaction. You know, it's a pelican. That's super interesting to me, because a pelican will actually store fish that they're going to eat throughout the day, and then they don't waste the fish. They get a whole bunch and they hang on to it, and then they make their way through it during the course of the day. And so again, it's like having the little, refrigerator. I want to say there's more than enough, and there's more on the way. And it's really important for you to really feel into that energy. Working with turquoise really will help bring that energy in. There's more than enough, and there's more on the way. And in the heart space, you have this energy of the collaborative energy and productivity of the Three of Crystals. But it's in the heart. It's the bee. So this is gathering the sweetness. This is doing the work. That's the productivity. But the collaboration, I really think, is with your spirit guide team, because here you have the card of the Judgment card, which in here is called the Awakening. It is a white peacock. So it's very spiritually guided. We have all these eyes, right? All the eyes on there. So it's kind of like the Hera energy of spirit watching over you and bringing you information. And this card is called Renewal and Enlightenment. And so there is a need for you to renew your connection, to strengthen your connection so that you can receive the downloads and the insights that are coming to you. There's a lot of opportunities to win, a lot of success coming in for you. And so I feel as though with all the choices that are at hand, because it feels like there's multiple opportunities, which ones do you take? What is the right direction? And so the more you get in touch with your intuition, the more you get in touch with your spirit guide team, the clearer the path will seem to you. And so it's not like you're going to make a mistake, because we really don't. We'll always go back. But there might be a more efficient, easier path to victory, to success, to feeling like you really have everything that you want. And so here we have the bat. That's using your intuition. It's called the Queen of Feathers. Perception and truth, your truth. And so really that connection that you make with your higher self over the course of this next few weeks, really focusing in on creating a meditation practice, a journaling practice, something where you really brainstorm with yourself, it feels like, so that you know what it is that you are seeking here and the next steps. Oh, you have the Mystical Shaman. We're using the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and you have Pachamama. I don't even know what that is, but it looks very cool. it feels very fired up and creative. So we're going to do these in the order that they come in here, because I feel like this deck kind of builds. This is another great deck. It's written by shamans, and it's a really great deck to work with if you're looking for a very specific guidance. So this is the symbol of the myth maker. So we're looking at the mystical shaman. This is the symbol of the myth maker and the storyteller, who is neither made of nor defined by the story. Instead, he observes it, evolves through it, perceives all the aspects of it. That is using your intuition and seeing things from it's a higher perspective too, right? Flying through the air. And so in doing so, the mystical shaman represents the ability to dream a new story and a new myth into being. That's why the soul searching and slowing down and the reevaluation is so important. Not just running ahead, but taking time to really connect in to what it is you truly want, to making a good, strong, healthy choice for yourself. So he dances between the worlds, wearing the cloak of the world loosely around his shoulder, and sings the world into being. The celebrating your wins. Okay, so we didn't get the Rainmaker, but I'm getting the Rainmaker energy. So Rainmakers would do their preparatory work, draw their circle, step in, honor the different directions and all the stuff. But then they would sit there and they would feel as though they were sitting in the middle of what would it feel like if it rained, or what would it feel like if the crops were abundant, and they would visualize, right? They would visualize the success, and that was how they would bring that energy in. Much like the swimmers. My kids were swimmers, but like I've heard Michael Phelps talk about this, the visualization, right? Where you aren't even in the water, you're just sitting there and you're picturing every movement through the water, how your hands move, how you're going to do your flip turn, how you come out of it and you don't breathe and you just keep swimming, and then the kick, you feel the water and how it slices and all the slices across your body and how you move through the water, and you visualize yourself coming there and not gliding in, but driving all the way to the wall and hitting that stop and being number one. And you do that. And so this right here, celebrate your wins, I feel like they're trying to tell you to visualize your victory now. You're at the starting gate, but visualize the victory and celebrate it now as though you already have it. In the area of resources, you have the 10 of cups, right? The 10 of shells. This is feeling the emotional energy around having everything that you need. So there is using this mystical shaman energy to step between the worlds into the future and see the success and feel the success and taste the success and make it as real and as 3D in this other dimension as you possibly can, and bring that energy back with you. So that is the way to use this. This is the true symbol of alchemy. You have the card of alchemy here, right? The conscious working with the subconscious. All the elements of life have spiritual aspects and a material one. When we remember this, all manner of miracles and manifestations are possible. I'm going to say that again. All elements of life have a spiritual aspect and a material one. It is the alchemy. It is bringing together all the pieces and the parts. So you are invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. You are called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration, this daydreaming energy, this soul searching, this reevaluation, and act. Be inspired. This Ace of Acorns. Oh my God, I love this reading so much for you. You are called to create and dream your life, to act in an inspiration, divine impulse, without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Can you impartially observe the stories that you tell yourself and others? What if you could become a mystery to yourself? Who would you become if you stopped telling the tales that have defined you up till now? We are in that opportunity. It is a massive opportunity to unwind the stories, to shake things up like the Etch-a-Sketch, erase and rewrite, create the new world. That you hear that horn going off? It's the alarm clock. It's the wake-up call. This is the time. It is the awakening to your opportunities. Who would you become if you stopped telling yourself the tales that have defined you up until now? You do not have to live in a story that has roots in the past. What if there were no need to explain to anyone, not even yourself? The way to your most extraordinary life is to become a blank slate and allow the form of your dreams and desires to show up as will. This is a sign of manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. Oh my God, I love it when Spirit brings it so hard like that. Okay, so we have a car in the neighborhood that seems to have an issue with their wiring. And I hope it doesn't go off all night because it went off a lot this morning. And then they went to work and we didn't have to hear it, but apparently they're home. Okay, Pachamama represents the unconditional love that the earth has for all of her children, including the stones, the plants, the animals, the humans. She is the goddess of earth who is known as Gaia, who pervades all creation in our planet. Thanks to Pachamama, our timeless soul can experience life in a biological body. The joy and the pain we taste during our brief time on earth are invitations to discover the boundless love of Pachamama. You are a child of the earth. Now, right? You're an earth sign. You are a child of the earth. Now is the time to eat right, love right, be joyous regardless of the circumstances you may find yourself in. Be grateful for your life, your body, and all that nourishes you. Pachamama invites you to relish each breath. Embrace your joy and your pain equally. Discover love through both. Discover love through both. The choices, the good, the bad. I love that. Let Pachamama know how you appreciate all the blessings in act of service and such as planting a tree or helping to save an endangered species or protecting the earth. Here we have blessings and well-being shared back, but you know, it could be simply you going on a walk along the beach on the trail or whatever, and there's garbage. Pick it up. Super easy to do, you know, just pick it up. You want to leave with a little bag in your back of your pocket and you pull it out and you stick your hand in so you have a glove on, right? You pull it through, you know, clean up a little, pick up a little, cleanse the earth because it also cleanses your own personal space and energy. So Venus is traveling through Leo, right? She's going to be there June 5th through October 10th. So that's the 10-10 gateway with the 8-8 gateway of the Lion's Gate in between. This is the energy, if you're a Capricorn rising, this is the energy of transformation for you. And so this is about self-empowerment. It is working with Chiron in Aries, and the North Node will be there, unwinding those old stories and empowering ourselves. And so we are going to be working with this energy over on Facebook. I invite you to come over and join me there. The link for that is in the description box. Thank you for sharing your energy, your time, and your stories here and helping to build a community. I truly appreciate it. You guys are on a roll. Let's go. Talk to you soon.